Hello, comrades. It's Premier Rever, and I am back again, looking down at the city of Revergrad. And this time we actually have a construction crew sitting down here, because we have things planned for Revergrad, hopefully. I wanted to talk to you guys about something else first, which is an excellent suggestion by Radomir, and he thinks that I should add to my title the, Prime Minister, Supreme Chairman, and Danao of Thoughts. And I think I might like to add the magnanimous. Like, so when you say like Rever, like many kings had like, different titles in the past. Like I think you should just call me Rever the Magnanimous. Because I am magnanimous. I am noble in my generosity to people. Okay, enough silliness. Anyway, I do want to change some things, and one of the things that I want to change is this building here. So if we come in, I want to destroy it. Yeah, really destroy it, even though it's not even built. And what I would like to do, let's come here and to the shopping center. So let's see if we can fit it in, but I want to spin it around from the way it was oriented before. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep spinning until it's even with this road. Oh, one more time. Yeah, see, now it might go in there. And I want to bring it up as close as I can to as far away and as close as I can. Why didn't it let me put it? There we go. There we go. So now, geez, yeah, I guess I don't have a problem with those. This is, we'll see. We have to delete some other things. And I don't want to delete much yet. And the reason I don't want to delete much yet is I came down to this storage and I changed around the percentages. I got rid of all the wood storage in there. I reduced the boards, till it doesn't really matter because as soon as you use them, you buy them, and the truck will still get filled up. But I'm waiting on enough steel that we can actually build this building, which is going to be like, and we're going to need some more bricks and not so much no prefab panels, but we'll need a few more bricks. I think we have them, we already have them in there. But in addition to that, what I would like to try to do, at your guys' suggestion, I think Radomir suggested this, and Simondin, I'm sorry, he told me how to say it in the chat the other day, and I actually went back and looked at the chat, but I couldn't find the darn quote for some reason, or the history of it. So in any event, but if we come over here to roads, there you have the road cargo station. So what I think I can do is, it looks like if I get rid of the old store and the old grocery store, this guy will almost certainly fit in right there, which is, perfect. And then we can connect him with a thing. We should have enough room to put roads and whatever else we want, one way or the other. And with that, we'll be able to park like 4 trucks, up to 4 trucks here to really fill this guy up with stuff. I'm not honestly too worried about it because at this point I don't see us getting rid of this food factory, and we're doing fine with food when we have a food factory right next door to our stores, right? So, we have a truck going from this food factory delivering, and that's good. So anyway, so there you go. So we have a construction thing, but we're sort of waiting on enough steel to get going, and I don't want to get that started because I don't know if everybody will be able to get food while we're under construction. So another thing that I did was I came in here, and as a matter of fact, let me turn down alcohol a bit. Now that I think about it, we don't need much of the things that we purchase because they just instantly refill and then instantly go into whoever's trying to pick them up. So what I want to do is try to start bringing a bunch of food down to here, at least temporarily. We already have this thing. The idea being that over time, we don't have much money as far as rubles go, which is what we need to buy more vehicles. But we'll go over to there from here. You can see I have one truck right now Yes. And yeah, see, somehow he got a little food in there. I think I can take this off now. I hope. I don't know how he got a little food in there at one point. But he's taking grain from there to there. It's right now we're really the only place that we're doing anything is to take food over to here. And again, I don't see a big need to improve this because he's close enough that by the time he goes back and forth, we have plenty. Right? Meat is a different issue, but that's something that we're just going to have to deal with maybe as part of this, but it's just sort of a whole separate problem at that point. But I would like to, as this episode goes on, get more trucks going from here all the way down to this warehouse and then go from there. Now, part of that might be what I'm thinking of is now that we're running real well, like we take these trucks that are going to the imports warehouse and which is here and like stop that, right? So let's go ahead and do it with this guy. Let's do that first because we have the possibility of exporting clothes, and even though this might be a little bit less efficient in some ways, so if he were to go from here down to here, do we want to send him? Here, let's send him to there right away. For some reason, I still get almost startled by that. Yeah, so hopefully whether we called him in time or not, I don't know. It doesn't matter that much. So we're going to delete this. We're going to delete this. And then he's going to unload there, and I don't want you to load anything. And we don't really want him waiting to load it. We're just going to do our best to make sure we always have food there so he doesn't have a long trip. And then we really don't want him to wait until he's unloaded for the same reasons. Now, part of the question that we could have with this is, can we somewhat easily build one of those road things? Another one of the road construction or road cargo? Yeah. Even though I took my construction crew off of this. I mean, I could plop this guy down, huh? And then that way, if we have a bunch of trucks coming in, they can actually wait. Now, is there any other... Yeah, even if we, down the road, wanted to bring a train into here, which might make sense, because it has a train connection. This wouldn't be blocking the train connection. I don't know, is there any... I didn't really have any other plan for that exact spot, so... Yeah, I'll try to keep them as close to this as I can. Alright. Let's see if that works. Yeah, I mean, that does work, doesn't it? Alright, so that's, that's probably a bigger improvement than we realized, because we could have a bunch of trucks in and out of here feeding into this. So since my construction crew is here, I don't see any huge reason for... We'll assign this. Oops. And I'm going to assign that at the same time. Good, so that'll get that going, so that we'll have a better place than just dropping directly into here, potentially. And again, down the road, I don't know, we'll see. Right down the road, we also have the possibility of doing many more things into here, though the total amount is limited. So there we go. So now, we have one truck. There should be other trucks. I don't know how many I had, but see, he's going to Energenisk. And then where is he going? Yeah, so he's another one that's just coming over to here. So let's take him. Oh, I shouldn't have closed that other guy, huh? He's probably on his way up here, I hope. Is this him? Yeah. All right, so let's take this guy. Go close to here. Let's see if we can copy. Okay, well, you can go. There we go. So now he should be going from the food factory up there to Gateway Love. And this guy, let's change him just so that we know that we have trucks en route in the right way. We're going to send him from here load right, so that should be a lot shorter trip to go back and forth to here. Maybe even short enough that he doesn't run out, right? So what I would also say is we probably want to get 2 trucks, one to go to each one, so that, you know, we're just, and then we probably get him to wait here until he's unloaded, but we'll have to see, because I don't want to jam up our other meat truck at that point. All right, so there we go. So we got those guys taken care of. Catch anybody else coming in here? Anybody else? They would either be sitting there or they'd be sitting here. Now this guy, oops, missed. Yeah, and see this guy I'm going to take off of here. Don't go to imports, go. You just worry about keeping people in food here. And then, because we're not using this nearly so much, what I'm hoping to be able to do is this guy, when you get done dropping off here, I want you to add another stop and take grain over to there. And I want you to unload stuff, not load. It'd be nice if you could copy a station, especially because I like to do this. I probably should stop that. There you go. So he'll start bringing a little bit more corn back over to our thing. And I think that, again, now that we're not using nearly as much food, I think, you know, we're good on alcohol as far as that goes. And yeah, so let's see how much. We don't have a ton extra, but so now this is that the same guy? Okay, yeah, he's going from here to here. No, that's a different guy, isn't it? So do they have the same route? So he's going from... Oh, I see. Well, let's do this. Let's go to this guy. And I want to give him... I want him to go to the farms first. I don't, this is out of order. There we go. Yeah, and I don't mind if he goes over to the warehouse there this time. So there we go. So we got 2 trucks that are going to try to drop off as much as they can here, but then when this gets full, they're then going to go over and drop it off there. So that will prioritize the food for this area. And we just won't worry about it because they should be getting plenty of food. So the big issue that we'll have is getting enough food into this guy. And I think the thing to do, because we have enough money, though we don't probably have any, you know, we have hardly any food here, is let's buy, well, probably can do it right over here. Let's buy another covered truck. You know what, we really want to get this thing constructed first, don't we? Yeah, before I go nuts, let's get this thing constructed. But I think I would come up to this depot, just because it's a little closer, and I would buy covered haul. This is the big one, right? Is that the biggest? Yeah. And let's set him up to start taking stuff down, because we might end up with like 3 or 4 trucks. I know I could probably just copy them from somebody, but there we go. So take food. You might as well start now that I set you to food. There we go. So now at least we have 2 trucks from our new food thing down to here. This town should be all situated as far as just getting food. And what I'd like to do is let me, well, no, let's go off, and I have another plan. This is probably the least efficient way we could do it with the trucks, especially going over these distances. And I know eventually we might even, you know, we kind of boxed, or I kind of boxed us in with this. So, you know, it's going to be a little hard. It would have been good to put the road depot here maybe, but this all may work out well enough. Oh, you know what? Did this guy get done? Yeah. So see, I've noticed that this guy will go to the end of the route, which really isn't that bad. I don't mind that I don't have to select them. There we go. So we're going to get him building again, going over to the roads. Now, if you notice, our dollars are going down. So let's see. How are we doing on... Okay, well, at least the panels truck will start selling again, even though we have a little bit more of a wait for the steel truck. So hopefully we don't run out of money before the steel truck. We might even want to put... Let's see, if we put a second one on there, how are we doing here? We're still doing okay. I'd like to really keep these railroad tracks moving. And I want to make sure we have steel for them almost as a pretty big priority, because, you know, when we can ramp up the food with the trains, then we can really try to ramp up some of the size of the cities. But let's go ahead and see about getting a railroad track up to... Now, I might need an excavator. You know that? Why don't we put an excavator here? Do we have a free excavator? Probably not. And what are these guys doing? Now that I'm... Nothing. Okay. Keep building stuff. Yeah, let's just put an excavator in here, because that guy will... Even though it cost us a good amount of our money, it'll let us build a lot of this, if not all of this track, or at least lay it out a lot, you know. Let's go and put the wireframe on. So I'm going to come from here. We're going to have to miss those construction things, right? Let's just go from like here to here. That'll be good enough to start building some, huh? Yeah, we want to definitely stay off this way. Can I go from like here to here? Make it look a little better. Now we got to get around. This is a powerful tool. Okay, very nice. Can I go from there to there? Just to, yeah, I think that makes it look a little better. And how about from there to there? Part of the problem is I need to get this raised up over here. at least a spot to shoot for that's... There we go. So let's do a little level. I don't know if I can do level. We got bulldozer someplace. Good. That'll give me a place to shoot for, if you know what I mean. So like I come out here and go like that now. And same thing like here. I can go from here. Oop, oop, wrong button. Go from like here. See the other end of this, but that's okay. It'll be a little bit of a tight turn for a railroad track, I think, but it's not too bad. Too big of a set. What? Right there, yeah. Alright, let's delete this back a little bit and accidentally deleting our other thing there. So you don't like that. Okay. And a little bit of this. You really wanted to come up, didn't you? Yeah, let's get them both around a turn. Good. Maybe a little further than I went to go. Alright, so now what are we going to do down here? I think this is going to be a little bit of a mess. One thing I think I'd like to do here is, well, let's do this. For one, first thing I want to do, if we can, yeah, is level this out a bit. And the reason for that is, why did you turn around? Hopefully you just ran out of fuel, right? Is let's put in one of these electrical connections. I don't anticipate it that I need it immediately, but since we have this electrical thing right here doing almost absolutely nothing, it does a little bit, but it was more for other purposes. Oop, not high voltage, medium voltage. So where can we get? We gotta go all the way over here. That's fine. Let's turn it. You just go right in there. Yep, good. All right, so now that one, you know what? I think I'm just going to assign that to these guys so I don't forget. Well, they're not doing anything anyway, so there you go. So, well, I guess I won't forget to do it, but whatever. All right, so now let's go back to our railroad tracks, and we can get that guy leveled up. Yeah, and the other thing I want to do is just, can I come over? Yeah, it's a little. Yeah, let's just bring, like, act like we have a third one. Okay. So now, can we get that in looking nice? Excellent. All right, so what I think I'll do is we'll stop that construction right there for now, but let's come back over to this side and think about what we would do here. So really, when you think about it, we want not too sharp a turn, pointing down this way. Right, now eventually this will come straight this way. Oh. Now, I know that has its issues, but again, I don't know how complicated I need to make that, other than maybe to make it where they can cross back and forth up here. But I think I'll worry about that after, like, a bunch of stuff is built. Now we'll have the same idea. Can we get across here? No. Okay. There you go. All right, so nobody's using this road anyway at this point. We're just getting this constructed out here. So I don't feel bad about demolishing this. And you know what, let's pause time and let's demolish those two, just so that, because I know they mess with things as well. Alright, so now let's no, you're not going to give me a green. Okay, this one's green. Can I get this one right alongside of it? Yeah, okay. I'm okay with that because it sort of even turns it to the right angle. So now what I'd like to do is let's come right where this railroad track is and try to level. I find that life is much easier with railroad tracks when you're trying to do these things in a little bit of a level playing field. Now let's do some building leveling, and I find personally that school building leveling is okay. Let's try school building leveling again. Oh, can we go bigger? Can we go real big? The problem with this is it's not at the same height as that just was. But I'm not sure if that matters that much. Let's see how close it is. It's low. It's not far off. How's our money doing? We're frozen. Okay, well that's fine. Alright, so now when we bring that other railroad track down, let's see, can I turn it this way and get a little better? Too steep behind me. Oh. Yeah, I think I need to let's delete this. It's back to there because I'm fine with that. I don't want to go like I got to go down this hill, so I don't want to make this too steep. I'm okay with this guy dropping down out of there. Alright, so now let's try to bring this guy down. a little bit of a hump of a hill there, right? Let's see. Yeah, look at that. That's nice. That'll bring it down. Probably a little bit too unrealistically, but hey, the game lets you do it. Do it. All right, so let's go. Yeah, I think I'm lined up okay. We'll spin around in a second. I can't really tell what I'm doing. Good. So now what we'll do. Just sort of see if we can't take. So now, let's just do a little magic levelly job here. Just nothing too much, just enough to get it, you know, in the flattish neighborhood, smoothish neighborhood. Okay. So I'm just going to see. Let's spin around now. So we shoot for. I don't know about that clump of trees, I think. Yeah, we'll stop here. 'Cause this is probably about where we want to start with being level. Too close to that. Okay. Seems fairly reasonable, doesn't it? We'll take it a little bit further because well, you know what? Let's go. Didn't quite head for the tree as well as I wanted, did I? Alright, there we go. So now we'll head to this guy, and then let's back it up so we don't jam up ourselves for trying to build a bridge or something. So there we go. So that gets us that far, and then I really don't know that we need 2 railroad tracks in and out of here right away, but yeah, let me go. Can I go a little bit closer? And then go. So for now, I think I'm just going to do like a number like that because, and then again, we can do a crossover here so they can get in and out and go the right direction because I really only see this having like one train that goes from the gravel quarry into there. And then let's take a look at a bridge. I would say that, like, if we build a bridge from like here to there, and then I need to probably turn some of these white, don't I? Or not white, so build. Yeah, and then we'll just leave that there for the moment. Once we get more prepared, we'll decide what we're going to do by here, because I know we're not going to be able to pass at a certain angle, and I think I want to make it so that it's, you know, we might even have to take these wires out. Speaking of wires, let's go back and we need to put these wires back. And I think if I demolish, that's going to be a problem for the food, isn't it? Okay, let's hope I don't demolish anything else. But the reason I'm saying that is this is disconnected. Oh no, you know what? That's going to be a problem for our ruble sales. That's what it's going to be a problem for. everything else should come off of here. So at least the food won't stop flowing. Let's go back here. Let's want to get road back into shape. Okay, let's set all of that in motion, so to speak. So there we go. So we're making a plan for getting the food. This is almost like phase 2, you know. We'll get our improvements made that we were making. And then we can get building this railroad track. And then by the time this railroad track even gets close to being built, which is quite a ways off, we can worry about connecting past that road. And then eventually we'll get the food thing maybe even going down to here. Alright, so let's get playing again. I hate to have such low money and... Oh, we didn't assign... So these guys... Yeah, you need to go... Oh, we didn't even... Electrical lines. Can't click on it because I didn't even... There we go. Alright, yeah, you guys have 2 important assignments. I don't want that truck. Thank you, Save, for blocking me. Hard time. There we go. Our little crooked high voltage wire there, huh? Alright, goodbye, truck. Well, there we go. So we have... Oh, this didn't get planned, did it? Oh, yeah, it is. Committed to. It's not white. Alright, well, there we go. What are you questioning? What is wrong with you? Oh, because the road here. Oh, yeah. Are you gonna have enough stuff to finish, or how much do you have in that truck? Yes. Okay, so they'll be able to, as long as they can get more workers in here. Yeah, I was thinking nobody was using that road. It didn't dawn on me that these guys would want to go back out that way. All right. Well, anyway, you guys get the idea. So let me pause it for a few minutes, regather my thoughts, let some things happen, and, you know, we'll keep an eye on how our food's doing going down to here. How are we doing going down to there? We have very little food, so... Do we have a truck that is going, or did I just pause and like nothing's caught up with us yet? Oh, so this guy's going from Importska warehouse to the shopping center directly. Let's stop that. So you're going to go from Importska to here. Switch him over to alright, there we go. So now what are you doing? You're trying to take care of both of those stores. Very good. And we may end up putting another truck on both of these, or one of the stores. Yeah. And so for now you have food, and for now you have food. So let's see how we do with cutting off the food. And like I said, I may add a few trucks. We'll get some more construction done. But by the end of this episode, which is already quite long, I'll just come back for a brief update to see if we did anything else to balance out our food. How's that sound? This will be the great food distribution episode. And hopefully we don't run out of money in the meantime, huh? All right. Talk to you soon. Well, quite a bit of time has passed, and a lot of things were done. I was thinking about coming back earlier and showing you some of it, but at the same time, it just wouldn't have been much excitement. Really what I was doing was coming into here and taking a look at what we're spending money on. Now, if we go to last month, you'll see we spent money on clothes and meat and a little bit on alcohol. I'm not too worried about the alcohol at this exact second, but the last one I noticed that's kind of high, not real bad. Let's go over to the Western countries. Is the meat, 27,000. Not much I can do about the electronics at the moment. The clothes, let's start with the meat, and we'll go through each one. Just briefly say what I did. So the meat, I built this meat storage, which I actually had planned quite a while ago. Now, at some point here, I have to go find the meat refrigerated truck, which really was a lot easier than I expected it to be. And I want to change him to come to this stop here. Right? So he's just going to go back and forth. Let's make sure he unloads everything. And let's just say, go to this one next. And then let's just delete the rest of these. All right, so now we have a refrigerated truck that will take meat up to here. Part of the problem I noticed is I think I want at least another refrigerated truck. So let's go let's leave this guy open so we can copy his route. Come down to this depot because it's closest to the starting point. And we will come to refrigeration. Yeah, is this the biggest? We want the biggest. Always want the biggest. Not always. That's not true. I actually found uses for not the biggest. I might even go with 3 of these. Yeah, you know what? You know what? I'm going to go hog wild because I got a little bit of money. And let's just get 3 of these guys from here. And this guy is the one we want to copy, right? So let's come in close enough that we can click. There we go. Start. Oh, you know what? Yeah, wait. We'll just wait at the slaughterhouse because I don't think that'll cause too much of a traffic jam. All right, so start. Our problem is, and we could probably even, you could have less vehicles if we were able to. We could have 2 waiting there, but if we had another warehouse closer to here, but. This is our problem, is that we really don't store hardly anything here. So what I want to do then is, we're not delivering anything to the stores. Well, this store is like extremely close right here, right? So what I want to do is put on, where do we have, I can't even see a parking space in this one, huh? They just pull up out front, I guess, huh? So we got a little tiny bit of meat there. But let's go ahead from this depot here and see about purchasing, I don't know, is there any, this one would hold 1.8, this one holds 2. Let's just have this one holding 2. And I want to get 2 of these, and then let's go take a quick look before we commit to anything. This guy would hold 3 tons of meat, so let's get, is there something slightly more? I don't know, is it worth going with the slightly smaller one? I think I only have 1 other truck waiting here at the moment, but, let's just go with another of these. We'll see how it works out. We can maybe use them someplace else or just put a second truck on the route. So, each one of these is going to start out from the same spot. So, let's click meat storage. meat storage, meat storage, and then let's just take this one since it's right there. So you're going to go to there. Yeah, go ahead and start. So this guy's going to go to there, and then this guy will go to here. And then this guy will go to here. Now I want to do one more thing. And let's see. From here, and I want to get another big truck. And this big truck I want to have go, at least to get started, from here to here. It's because I put another little meat storage. So, no reason that he can't get started. Well, there is a reason, because we don't have our power lines in yet, but hopefully that won't cause too many issues in the meantime. So now, what we need is a little truck, which we can buy from over here. Let's see, yeah, regular store, pretty close. I don't see where we need anything but like the same $6,000 truck. And your job's going to be go from there to here. And you can start. Even though yeah, he'll waste a little bit of gas, I think, until things get in motion, but let's see. So is he getting, yeah, he got 3 tons of meat. How much is in here? Not much. That's all right, but we should have 3 trucks coming to here, and, you know, even though it won't be the most pretty thing, it's certainly going to be far more efficient than what was going on before, you know? So there goes somebody. And do we have a little traffic jam, or do we? No, we got 2 trucks in there waiting. So this should greatly increase our. You know, I don't know why it does that. It prioritizes certain trucks. Sorry, this should greatly, increase the productivity of our slaughterhouse there. And I've just done a bunch of little things like that. Another thing I did, because I started putting so many trucks on there. I finally got this to where the fuel is going back up. And the way that I did that was by putting, I think I've got 4 or 5 trucks that are selling bitumen, which is good because that's helping our money. And bitumen is, you know, I've got a lot of it going all the way up. Like, what's this guy? Yeah, there you go. I caught the right one. See, they're going all the way up to that Molna up there and dropping stuff off. So I think I got like 4 trucks going up there and then 1 going over to the NATO countries. What other improvements? Not a whole lot. I've been paving roads and yeah, oh, the clothing. I do have a few trucks that are just driving from our corn way up there because we got so much corn. It was definitely, I mean, again, we'll use it. But I really need to get, it's making getting a train down to here that much more urgent. Because if I can get a train into here, that would really make a big difference. Now, again, do we want to move all of this or not? But whatever. We want a train down to here anyway, so I don't see why we wouldn't, if we brought a train line, bring corn down to here. So, let's see. We got a little parade going. Oh, and also we're building our Forever Garage shopping center. So that'll take quite a while to get that built, but for a good amount of time. And yeah, this filled up with materials. Yeah, so there you go. So that was, you know, let's take another look and just see. Well, not that much has happened, but I bet you even our meat cost will, you know, drop pretty rapidly. Yeah, no meat in there, so we'll have to wait for another refrigerated truck to see the benefit. But with 3 of them running, you would think we'll keep up with it, I'm hoping. And then with 1 going up there, hopefully that's enough as well. This is going up, so even though it doesn't look very impressive, if soon this one will be full, and I'm pretty sure this was our killer on the food cost, was these Energus is a pretty big town, and that's really where we were spending our money on the food, because it's also kind of far away from wherever we imported it. And I'm sure this was contributing here in this little grocery store. But we have a pretty good shot going. So let's just take one last look. Oh, we got a new month. Let's see what we did last month, even though it's not 100%. So we got, this is from the West or the Soviet bloc countries, which we weren't. We have a little bit of clothes, so I don't want to spend too much on corn for another reason. Here's another thought. This is going up. So what I have it doing is, and I had it wrong, if you guys were paying close attention, I did have these guys running the backwards route, even though I don't know what I was thinking, whatever. Now they're running the route where they fill this up, and then they come over here. And actually one guy's just going back and forth now. So we are filling up with crops here, just rather slowly, but we're this food factory for now is just feeding these two grocery stores. So eventually we'll get extra corn there, which will be able to be fed into here. But I added another truck. This is the original truck, I think, here. And then what they do is they go through each of the... one truck does like kind of half the map, Revergrad and Energinsk. And then he comes back and exports whatever he has left over. And then the other truck does the same thing, except he goes to Kamin and he goes to Farmingsky, and he drops off clothes, and then he comes back and whatever else he'll export if he has anything left over. So as long as we can get enough corn down here, we should cut down on our clothing import costs, which is another big one. So yeah, so many, a lot of work getting all the truck routes set up, and we're busy little beavers now. If you look, we got trucks flowing every which way, and I've just been coming in here periodically and signing this guy to piece by piece, just at least pave the roads. Eventually we'll get into get into putting up making them the last improvement for these ones in town, but I figure it doesn't hurt to just get them paved. These guys don't have all the equipment we might need. And do we have this? No, not quite. But we got our components. That's the killer up this way. So I'm not sure if this substation's going to be far enough. I was thinking right after I did it, I said I probably should have put a switch in there. And maybe we'll just run that. I want to get another... We want Lambriska up here, so I'm thinking it might be better just to run, another substation off of that one wire right there. So do we have meat in there? A tiny bit. It's all right. I'll take a tiny bit for now, Oh, probably because this guy's not waiting. What does this guy have? He does have connections, doesn't he? All kind of connection. Yeah, we might want to do another road waiting point here, huh? Yeah, road cargo station. Done. Done. Give these guys something more important to do. Well, I don't want them to leave them. Okay, no, they're done. Oh, no, they're not quite done. Oh, they're awful close. They're close enough for me. So we'll, otherwise I'll forget. Especially because I'm going to end the episode and go do something else for a while. Been at it for too long. Alright, so let's get them doing this. And can't do that yet. And this needs to be set in stone. We're set in. There we go. So they'll work on the two connections first, and then I'll get this. Hopefully it's close enough to power. Yeah, we'll see. Because this is kind of on the borderline there. But anyway, that'll be good, because then we can maybe just send most of those trucks into here. This is working like a champ. Absolutely great idea. Thank you guys who suggested it. And if you don't know about it, yeah, road cargo connection. Doesn't hold anything, but if you attach it to one of these, in this kind of case, where we can just have few or no worries about, just dumping a lot of trucks into here and telling them to wait, you just get a lot more certainly better than having one parking space for them. So good. All right. Well, I'm going to call it an episode. I might spend a few more minutes just making sure we're not spending any money. Here, let's look at this month. Look at that. We're down to, buying some electronics. And the alcohol, I could probably put another truck or two on the alcohol. I think that's just a function of the distance they're driving. Could also maybe use, I did leave space in here to put some alcohol, so maybe I run a truck up to here and do a similar thing with the alcohol. I might do that between episodes. And then close, yeah, that's just going to be a matter of, getting enough corn down there, which will happen as soon as that thing overflows. Western countries, coal I'm absolutely fine with, because that means the power plant just ran low for a minute. We can take care of that maybe another way. Boards is one of the things I'm not making. Chemicals we're not making. Meat, again, it's not moving very fast. So when you look at our expenses here, let's see, can we do this year? I don't know if you guys can see these graphs that well, but you can just see it's like last month was a quarter of what the other expenses were. And then if we go to okay. So is the red and blue import over? Oh, okay, yeah. So they're both the imports. So yeah, just take a look at that. The blue is what? I guess I'm assuming the blue is the NATO. Yeah, we've cut it big time. I don't know what it'll end up this month, but it's like nothing compared to. Oops. It's like nothing. Great. And our imports. Oh, look at that mess. Our exports, are all over the place, but at the same time they're not generally lower. You know what I'm saying? So we've got money coming in nicely again, and we haven't been doing quite the level of construction we were for a little while there. But if we do take a look at that indicator, yeah. See, so let's do last month. Let's do last month as a. Yeah, so we spent, overall our productivity got us 1.3 million, and we've, spent a little bit over that, or a little under that, 1.1 million. So that means we kind of netted a value of, 200,000, which is better than before. It's not great, but we're on the plus side. So all that, it was a lot of work for me, but it was definitely worth it. Oh yeah, let's not forget about our little train building track lane thing that could. He's still plugging away, and I can certainly see why you'd want to buy the biggest one if you have the money at the time. He's not the fastest, but he's plugging. I'm definitely going to get another one of those once things settle down. Okay. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. And we will keep building tracks. I'm not sure how much I'll do in between, but certainly come back when something noteworthy is about to happen. So, good. We've got our finances fixed. And I guess I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Have a good day. Take care.